Hello guys! Well, I have not made a video in a really long time, so I actually thought I'd just come on here this morning because I've got a little bit of time now before I need to go to work and just catch up with you guys. And I thought what better way to kind of get up to date with things than to share with you kind of what's in my current makeup rotation at the moment. So I generally keep the day-to-day makeup that I reach for most often in this huge box. Well, it's not huge, but it's big enough to hold quite a lot of stuff. And this is just like full of the products that I reach for on a day-to-day basis. And I have to say, I haven't been very good at changing up my makeup at the moment, and I have been reaching for a lot of the same things for a really long time, and I really do need to get better at rotating my makeup so that I am using more of the products in my collection. But the good part about using the same products for a really long time, day in, day out, is that you do get to use them a lot and you get to formulate an opinion on them, and you get to kind of try them out and use them in different ways. And also you may even get to the point where you use up a product in its entirety from beginning to end, which, come on, how often does that happen? It's not very often that we will use up an entire makeup product, so it's pretty exciting when that happens, or when you get close to that happening. So anyway, on to what I have been wearing on my face recently. And for foundation, this may come as no surprise, but of course I do love the Revlon Colour Stay foundation for oily and combination skin. This one is in the shade Ivory, and this is pretty much used up. I had a really hard time getting some of this foundation out yesterday because there was almost none left, so I'm having to store it upside down. I'm determined to use every last drop of that because I love it, but I think I already have 2 bottles that are brand new, and I can get one of those out and start using one of them. Because I love it that much, I had to have a few backups in stock. Another foundation which I have to say, not so keen on this one. I don't know whether it's just me or just my skin, but I do not love this foundation yet. Although I will continue using it and keep trying to see if I can love it. And this is the Revlon Photo Ready Airbrush Foundation in the shade 020, which is Shell. I think that's the lightest shade, but maybe not. Yeah, I'm wearing this today. I'm not so enamoured with this one as yet. It's just kind of very sticky, very shiny kind of finish. Doesn't seem to set very well. It doesn't have the highest of coverage. Doesn't have the most longest lasting power, but hey, it's a foundation and it is very light diffusing, and it does kind of give a very humongous glow to your skin. But I have to use like a ton of powder just to set it and just to take down some of the shine, so I'm not in love with it. Concealer, and there's no surprise really. I know this one is very, very well loved in the blogging world, and this is just obviously the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer in the shade 1 Fair. I really do like that. It's not without its problems because it can kind of go a little dry and go into creases and stuff under your eyes, but for coverage it's one of the best, especially from the drugstore. I know I have another concealer in there somewhere, but we might have to wait till I get to it. I'll just talk about powder. I've been enjoying the e.l.f. High Definition powder. This is in the shade Sheer, which is the white one. I really like this powder. I think if you had darker skin it might actually leave a bit of a white cast on your face because the powder itself is white, but I really like it. It gives a flawless finish. It's very mattifying, very light diffusing, and it definitely just makes my skin look a lot more flawless than it would do otherwise. 17 Miracle Matte powder in Ivory Porcelain. I've used this for a really long time, keep on repurchasing it. I get through these really quickly and it's definitely a staple product in my daily makeup routine. I've also got the Boots Natural Collection powder in the shade Cool, and this is like a really decent powder for a very inexpensive price. I think it's like $1.99, and one thing I really like about it is the shade. It's pretty darn good for like a drugstore powder. They tend to be very orange, whereas this one really isn't. This one is pretty close to my skin tone, which is really, really good. Random powder here, Collection Lasting Perfection powder. I'm kind of struggling to use this one, even though it's in the shade 1, which is Fair. it's very orangey and too dark for my skin, so I'm struggling to use that one, but it's still sat in my kind of everyday makeup nevertheless. Oh, I found that other concealer that I use sometimes, and that's the Maybelline Pure Cover Mineral Concealer, which is okay. I think it's now been discontinued. What else have we got here that I'm using regularly? Well, the e.l.f. Blush and Bronzing Contour Duo in the shade St. Lucia. I use this every day, and I've made some really good progress on this. As you can see, the blush, I have definitely hit some major pan on that. The bronzer, it kind of really just, it drives me insane that even though I use the bronzer every day, I've not made half as much progress on that as I have with the blush, but I guess it's because, you know, it's a really dark bronzer. I can only really use it for contouring, and there's only so much of that I can use. But I have actually started to use this a little bit in my crease, and I think by doing that I will be able to use up a little bit more of that on a day-to-day basis than I would do if I was just using it to contour my cheeks with. But this is really nice, and I think this is the duo that has the matte bronzer. I have the other two shades of this duo from e.l.f, and I think both of the bronzers in those duos are slightly shimmery, so this is a really good one, and it's doesn't look muddy, it doesn't look too orange, so it's just a really good shade. And for the price, I mean, it's really good. I would recommend it. Blushes I've been enjoying using, these two pink ones. This is from MUA, and I think this is probably the one that they call Bubblegum now, but this is before it got renamed, and this is just called Shade 1. But it's a really nice pink. I think it's quite a blue toned kind of Barbie pink. I really like it to add a little bit of colour in the kind of apples of my cheeks. And here we have the Boots Natural Collection Blushed Cheeks in Pink Cloud. I really do like this shade. In fact, there's a full review of this on my blog, and any products that I have reviewed and done a post on my blog, I'll try and link the post below, or I'll at least link my blog below where you can then search for the product reviews. Really nice blush, and really inexpensive once again. I think all Natural Collection products are usually on a 3 for £5 offer, and I think they're about £1.99 each, which is really good. Oh, another product that I really enjoy using is the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder, but this has got discontinued in Europe, in the UK, and I did actually tweet to e.l.f. and asked them about it, and they actually told me that the e.l.f. High Definition Powder, the big one, is pretty much the same thing as this, and I'd always wondered about that. I'd always thought, is this really just the same as that? And I think it probably is. Maybe this is a tiny bit more finely milled, I'm not sure, but it's been discontinued. But I really like this. This is just like a under eye setting powder, and it's a very finely milled powder, so it doesn't look cakey under your eyes, and it's kind of light diffusing, and it's just been an enjoyable product to use. I have I think this is the second one of these I've ever used, so it is something that I've repurchased, but I won't be able to repurchase it anymore, but I'll just use the big e.l.f. High Definition powder instead. Another e.l.f. product I really enjoy using, and I've used this a lot even though it didn't look like it. There is actually a pretty significant dip in this. To say that it used to be like a fully round dome, I have used a lot of this, but I've probably been using it more or less every day I've worn makeup for like a year or something. And this is the e.l.f. Blush in Pink-tastic, and no prizes for guessing that I don't really use this as a blush, I use it as a highlighter. And this is another product I reviewed in full on my blog, and this product probably isn't for everyone because it's extremely shimmery, but it depends how you apply it. If you apply it with a really light hand, it can look quite subtle. If you apply it quite heavy-handedly, then it can look a bit shimmery, but I don't necessarily mind that. I sometimes do quite enjoy a bit of a shimmer and a bit of a sheen on my face. This is a really random thing here. It's a W7 Fun Box, and it's like a mini makeup kit containing some mini lip glosses and then a little eyeshadow duo, and I recently discovered that this little eyeshadow here is like a really nice matte brown shade that I really like to use for contouring in my crease. And I've recently, like I said, been mixing the e.l.f. bronzer kind of with it to sort of blend it in, but this on its own is like a really nice crease contour colour. Does it have a name? No, it just has a coded number. But yeah, a random item, but actually this morning I did hit a tiny bit of pan on that as well, which was quite exciting, because I am trying to use some makeup products up. I've not kind of specifically done any project pan of any sort yet, but I'm definitely getting into more of the mindset of trying to use products up a lot more and kind of focus on that rather than just accumulating new products that I hardly use or I never use. So it's been a challenge, but it's been good. I have a $1 Billion Brows tinted brow gel. I actually really do enjoy this. This came in a wantable box, and it's kind of like a mascara for eyebrows. This is in the shade Blonde, and it's pretty quick and easy to use. It kind of adds like a gel to kind of keep them in shape. It adds a tint to kind of make them look a bit darker and fill in any sparse areas. It's pretty good. Oh, I think this is another thing that I've got a full review of. It's kind of expensive though, and I probably wouldn't necessarily repurchase this again, because I would probably try a similar product at first that was cheaper before I'd go and specifically repurchase that again, because I do normally use just like eyebrow pencils, and particularly I've used the one from MUA, which is like £1, and although it's not the best thing in the whole world, it does the job and it's inexpensive and it's pretty okay. So I would probably go back to using that after I've used that up. What else have I got in here? I've got an eyeliner crayon here from Lancome, and this is just a black one. I'm using that quite a bit. Another product from Lancome that I really like is this kind of deluxe sample size of mascara. This is just the basic Hypnose mascara, and this is really good. I've really been enjoying using this a lot. Been very impressed with it. Probably wouldn't repurchase it full price, but I mean if there was some kind of offer on, maybe, because it is very good. And the brush, as you can see, is like a really dense brush, and it certainly does a good job of separating the eyelashes and coating them nicely. Okay, we're kind of getting into the random bits and bobs now in here. There's a really mini Max Factor Kohl eye pencil there. I think this one was only like quite a mini pencil to begin with, because I think it came in like a little box, a little gift with purchase kind of box set around Christmas one year. I've got a couple of e.l.f. mineral eyeshadows that I've been enjoying using. Got the shade Celebrity, which I am wearing on my eyelid today. I should have probably said actually that almost all of the products I've talked about so far I am wearing on my face today, except I'm not wearing the Natural Collection blush, I'm not wearing the Collection Lasting Perfection powder, and I am actually using a lot of powder. I did use like 3 different powders, but that's just because I had such a hard time trying to get the Revlon Airbrush foundation to set. And I never really mind if I look overly powdered to begin with, because give it an hour or two and my face looks fine as soon as my natural oils break through again. Also, I've been enjoying using a brush to apply my foundation with, and this isn't a Real Techniques brush, this is a Use Spicy brush, and I'm really enjoying this to apply my foundation with. It wasn't so great with the Revlon Photo Ready Airbrush foundation, but that is a difficult foundation to work with anyway. Surprisingly, it was quite good with this foundation, which I tried yesterday, and I didn't think it would be, because this foundation sets really quickly and you have to kind of blend it in quite quickly, but it actually worked really well with the brush, and it seemed to give like a higher coverage as well applying it with the brush. So anyway, slight little detour there. But yeah, I was talking about the e.l.f. mineral blushes, no, e.l.f. mineral eyeshadows, which I really like. The shade Celebrity, It's just a really nice goldeny brown shimmery colour. I got it on my eyelid today. And then this white shade, which is Angelic, and I sometimes use this as like a brow highlight. So that's those two. Also have an e.l.f. mineral blush, but boy, this thing is seriously pigmented. This is the shade Rose. It's really nice. It's just a gorgeous colour, and I do really like it, but a light hand is really all that is required when applying that blush. Oh, another thing I've got on is this Baby Lips. I think this is in the shade Pink Punch. Really like the colour of this, and if my lips are already feeling a bit dry, this just kind of helped them to feel a little bit more moisturised. But on the whole, I do generally find that this lip balm dries out my lips, which I do find that with a lot of lip balms, that they feel like they dry out my lips more than they moisturise them, so it's okay. Not sure I really understand the whole Baby Lips hype though. Nice product, nice packaging, nice colour, but not so effective as a lip balm. Oh, another mascara I've been using is the Miners Maxi Mascara. This is the volumizing one, and I think this is just in the shade Black. And sometimes I've been layering these two mascaras, because this is a really good mascara on its own. This is quite good for lengthening, but this is a really nice thickening and volumizing mascara. So the two combined do work really well. So even though that's called volumizing, it adds some volume, but I think it's really good at lengthening. I also have this little DIY lip balm here that I made, and there's a blog post on this on my blog. Really been enjoying using that lip balm because it's full of natural ingredients like shea butter and calendula oil, beeswax and things like that. A product I'm really struggling to use is this MUA Pro Base Fixing Mist. I just don't know how I feel about this. Doesn't really seem to work very well for me, but I think it works better for other people. But for me, it just adds a shine to my face that I don't particularly like or need, because my face can get shiny anyway, naturally by itself. I'm not sure it really adds any longevity to my makeup. I also think it may contribute to an oxidizing effect on my makeup, where it seems to make my makeup go darker throughout the day, which doesn't normally happen when I'm not wearing that, so I'm kind of struggling with that one. Oh, I have a little half-used sample of the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation, and the reason this is half-used is because it was too dark for me to use just on its own, so I have to mix it with a lighter foundation. Oh, I don't really know how I feel about this one based on my minuscule amount of testing of it so far, but it didn't seem to have the most amazing coverage or the most amazing staying power on my skin. But honestly, from this sample it would be very difficult to tell, and this is not really a foundation that I've been particularly interested in trying anyway, because I don't think it's necessarily particularly suited to my oily and combination skin type. I think it's more better for drier skin. Oh, I also have another lip balm here, and this is a Miners Tinner Tint, and this is just like a cherry flavoured tinted lip balm, and a nice deep berry colour there, which is quite good for this time of year, and smells really good. Feels pretty moisturising on the lips, although of course it's not the most amazing lip balm around, but this is actually quite an enjoyable thing to use. And it's very cute. I like the packaging, and it's pretty low maintenance product because you can just apply it easily. You don't really need a mirror, and it does add a nice bit of tint, and it also adds a nice bit of shine, a kind of glossy shine to you, which I quite like. Other things that I've been using, oh, I use these all the time. I have so many of these because you can get them for 29p from Home Bargains, and they used to cost like $2.99, so I think they're on clearance or they've been discontinued or something, or I think there might be a fault with them because they are like put in the wrong way, because this is the side that you blot with, where it's supposed to have the other side at the front, which is the side you don't blot with, but the side that you pull off this sticky thing and then you can like pick up the product like that. So I think there may be some kind of minuscule thing with them like that, which explains why they're 29p, but they're still really good. They do the job. They work so well as a blotting paper. Random blotting paper there, face mattifying paper from Glow Professional Beauty, whatever brand that is, I do not know. Have a MUA eye primer there in the old packaging. Random blue mascara from Maybelline, which is a Colossal Volume one, and this one is in the shade Turquoise Electric. Kind of struggling to get daily wear from this, as you might imagine, because it is a bright bluey green kind of mascara, but oh well. It's in there anyway because I don't want to forget about it. The amount of mascaras I open, don't use, forget about, come back to them when they've dried up is just ridiculous. So don't want that to happen to that one. Have a Blistex Lip Restore lip balm, another lip balm. Have a Topshop Eye Gleam in the shade Bronzed, which I'm guessing is probably something like a Maybelline colour tattoo. Pretty nice. I like it. Need to use that more actually before it dries up. And I have a tiny little Max Factor sample blush here in the shade Soft Pink, but I really don't use cream blush very often at all, so again that's another one I'm struggling to use up. Oh, here I have a e.l.f. Cosmetics Professional Art Makeup eyeliner pen in black, and this has just been it was kind of really good at first, but it seems to have dried up so quickly. I need to sort of like really press on to get any colour. It dried up so quickly, and this is an expensive eyeliner pen that came in a wantable makeup box, but yeah, although it looks kind of nice, like once you've kind of used it a little bit it dries and you can't really use it, and it just doesn't work very well, which is a shame because I thought it would probably be like the best eyeliner pen I've ever used, but I'm really not sure that it is. Again, it's another product that I'm kind of struggling to use. I guess I'll talk about some of my brushes. For powder, I've been using Beauty Box powder brush, nice fluffy big brush. Beauty Box angled powder brush, which I've been using for all kinds of different things, but at the moment I think I've been using that to apply highlighter. An e.l.f. stipple brush. I like to apply my bronzer and my blush using this, just so that it's not too much of a heavy application. And I have Beauty Box's eyeshadow brush, which I like just to pack on eyeshadow with. Another Beauty Box's brush, and this is a bronzer brush, but I've been using this to apply just my like pink blush with. Random Barbara Daily little spoolie and eyelash comb, and another Beauty Box's eyeshadow brush. This is like a big one. Actually, I haven't used that one very much recently. A Nancy blending eyeshadow brush. I use this pretty much every day to get into my crease when I want to put eyeshadow in there, and that's pretty much it. There's a little mini brush there that belongs to the e.l.f. HD under eye setting powder, but I don't really use this. I tend to just use my like ring finger. Of course, I've already talked about this You Spicy face brush, which is, you know, clearly a imitation of the Real Techniques face brush, but hey, you know, I like that one nevertheless. Yeah, I've also been using this Avon Colour Trend non-retractable lipstick thing in the shade Gone Pink, and this has a really matte finish, so I always wear lip balm underneath because otherwise it would be quite drying. Perfume I'm using at the moment is this Avon Little Black Dress perfume, which I really like, and I think that is pretty much the main bulk of what I have been using and wearing lately. There's still a few random bits and pieces in this box, but nothing really of note. In fact, some stuff should really just be cleared out of there because I'm going to use it. And yeah, that is it. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it was like quite long and quite rambly, but hey, you know, there are quite a lot of random products there that I use every day, and some of them I probably need to switch out for new things because I'm kind of bored of them. Other things I'm just going to keep on using until they're gone. So thank you very much and see you soon, hopefully. Bye!